Hello to our viewers. Welcome to my channel Robotics for Juniors. Today's video is very important because in this video we'll do the basics of the language of Scratch, and after that we'll do a new project in Scratch controlling a hardware component, that is LED, in our circuit. Let's start with the basics of Scratch. Scratch is a block-based visual programming language developed by MIT. It was basically developed for kids of the age of 8 to 16 years, but it is used by people of all ages. It is used in homes, schools, museums, and libraries. Its colorful templates, backgrounds, characters, themes, and scenes give it an edge to be preferred by parents to make kids learn programming in a fun way. There are an endless number of combinations which a person can choose out of these to create their own story. By Scratch, they learn important skills of problem solving, designing projects, and communicating ideas. So let's dive right into learning Scratch. First, we make the circuit before switching on the Raspberry Pi. We already made the same circuit in our previous video, controlling LED with Python program. I'll put the link in the description. So I'll go briefly with it. We have this as our circuit diagram. The negative end of LED goes to the board pin number 6, that is ground. For introduction to the GPIO pins, use the link in the description for introduction to Raspberry Pi. The positive end of LED goes to the resistance of 470 ohms. And the other end of the resistance goes to the GPIO pin number 18 or board pin number 12. The resistance is connected in the circuit to protect LED against high current in the circuit. Now this is the GPIO pin diagram for locating board pin numbers 6 and 12. Let's connect the components now. For temporary circuits, we use the breadboard. For basics of breadboard, see the link in the description. Connecting the LED. Using black jumper wire for the ground connection. It's a general convention to use black color for ground connections. These 5 sockets are interconnected to each other. Connecting the other end without the wire end to pin 6. Counting pin 1 from here near this notch, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use a combination of resistances if you don't have the exact value. Like I am using two resistances of 220 ohm each to make 440 ohms, which is close to 470 ohms. To learn how to read the color coding of the resistances, watch my video on basics of electrical circuits. So connecting the resistance to the LED. Then connecting some colored jumper wire from resistance to board pin number 12. So this completes our connections. For learning how to start Raspberry Pi for the first time by putting its accessories like mouse, keyboard, monitor, and SD card, watch my other video, Introduction to Raspberry Pi. Let's switch on our Raspberry Pi. It should be switched on only after making the circuit connections. The version of Scratch which I am using is Scratch 2.0. It comes pre-installed in the SD card which I purchased specifically for Raspberry Pi. I'll provide the link below in the description. So let's first have a look and feel of the software of Scratch. So click on the menu, that is the Raspberry icon. Go to Programming and then Scratch 2.0. So Scratch GUI, the graphical user interface, opens up. You can choose any block and drop it in main section. If you want to remove any block, you can drag and drop the block back in the options section. So first we choose a background. It is called the backdrop. Either we can choose one from the library or we can upload some picture. So we choose one background from the library. You have a variety to choose from. We choose one and click OK. So this sets our new backdrop. Now we want to introduce one more character. The characters here are called sprites. We click this icon besides new sprite. We choose from the library. We choose one and click OK or double click. This brings our new sprite in the scene. To remove a sprite, we right click on the sprite and can choose delete. Now we want in our project that we click on a button and the cat moves 100 steps and LED would toggle its state. That is, it should switch on if it is already off and it should switch off if it is already on. So in this, we use a variety of block types. The sprite which is selected here, we will be putting blocks for that sprite. So select the button. We will be putting blocks for this button. We want something to happen when button is clicked. So we go to events. Then we drag this block to the main section which says when this sprite is clicked. So we want multiple events to happen when this button is clicked. The cat to move and the LED to switch on or off. So in that case, we broadcast a message to everybody when this button will be clicked. So we drag this block which says broadcast message. We can put our own message in this. Click this drop down and choose new message. Type some message like go. Now choose the other sprite cat. So we want this cat to move 100 steps when it receives the message go. So we choose the block when I receive go. Next, we have to look some block in motion section here. Drag this block, move some number of steps. Click on the white box to enter the number of steps you want the sprite to move. So give 100. Each step is very small, so in order for the motion of the cat to be visible, we make number of steps to be 100. Now go to more blocks and select add an extension. This gives the extension library. Here we select our Raspberry Pi option Pi GPIO. Now the Scratch program will be able to communicate with the GPIO pins of Raspberry. So now it provides blocks to set the output high or low of any GPIO pin. Select the cat sprite. After cat moves 100 steps, we introduce a wait time of 5 seconds so that after observing the motion of the cat, we can observe the switching on of LED. So go to control and select wait for some seconds and put 5. Now choose the conditional block of if then else. Go to more blocks and select the block. Check if GPIO pin is high. We have LED positive, that is output connected to GPIO pin 18. So we put 18 here from drop down. So if output is already high, then switch it low. So choose set GPIO block. Pin number 18 and select here output low. Else if the output at GPIO 18 is not high, that is it is low, then switch it to high. So one more block in else condition for pin 18 to be high. Again, if output is high, switch it to low, else that means it is already low, then switch it to high. So now our program is ready. We will press this button. So the cat moved. And after 5 seconds, LED switches on. So it will stay on. Now we run the program again, that is press the button again. So this time LED is already on, so it will switch off. The program controls the hardware as we wanted it to be. I'll run the program again. This time we will observe this flag here. It turns green for the time the program is running. After the program has ended, it turns back to gray. So once more, run the program to observe the flag. So here it is as we expected. You can use a variety of options for the cat. Either turn it by some degrees or change its appearance or the background from looks section. And there are multiple options which you can explore. So as we go through it, we can understand why this is the favorite software of parents to teach programming to kids. Firstly, it is block-based programming, so it gives the understanding visually. And second, the features offered are amazing and colorful, which would excite the kids to put their imagination to work. Now, various modifications can be made in this program. Like when I press the button, the cat speaks meow, or the backdrop changes, or a new sprite is introduced, or the cat hides. The cat moves, the LED goes on, the cat moves, LED goes off. This sequence going on for 5 times. So you can do it with repeat block, and there are endless combinations in the program. So go ahead and have fun. Please provide the feedback by writing comments or liking the video. Subscribe to my channel Robotics for Juniors. In the next video, we'll take up a new project.